I'm Eleanor Hayes, and at 68 years old, I thought I'd faced every betrayal life could throw at me. I was wrong. Nothing prepared me for what happened at my son's New Year's Eve party last year when my world shattered with one careless question. The party was in full swing at Nicholas and Crystal's sprawling Manhattan home, all glittering lights and champagne toasts from people I barely knew. I stood in the corner wearing my simple black dress from 5 years back, feeling out of place among the designer outfits and polished smiles. My feet ached from my morning shift at the coffee shop, my afternoon cleaning hotel rooms, and my evening selling online. At my age, 3 jobs kept me afloat, barely covering rent, food, and pills. Nicholas crossed the room, his expensive suit fitting perfectly, his face flushed from the whiskey. He hugged me tight and said, "Happy with the $25,000 monthly, Mom? You're living comfortably now, right?" I turned pale, my heart pounding as if hit by a truck. "Son, I'm still juggling 3 jobs to survive." His smile faded, confusion hitting him hard. Across the room, Crystal froze her champagne glass, slipping from her fingers, shattering on the marble floor. Guests turned, but she just stared, panic in her eyes like a thief caught red-handed. "I'm glad you're here with me." Stick around for the full story. It's a wild ride of lies and justice. And drop your city in the comments so I know how far this tale travels. The noise from the party faded as Nicholas led me to his sleek black SUV parked outside. He opened the door for me, his face still pale from the shock. "Mom, let's get you home. We need to talk about this." I nodded, too numb to argue, my mind racing with questions. How could $25,000 a month vanish without a trace? We drove through the dark Manhattan streets, the city lights blurring past us. My small duplex in Brooklyn felt worlds away from their luxury life. Nicholas gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. "I set up those transfers 4 years ago, Mom. Crystal helped me with the details, said it was better if she handled the account to make things easy for you." His voice cracked, a mix of confusion and guilt. "She told me you were too proud to ask for help, but that you needed it. I thought you were okay retired even." I stared out the window, my hands clasped tight in my lap. "Nicholas, I've been working 3 jobs every day. Mornings at the coffee shop, wiping counters and serving endless lattes. Afternoons cleaning hotel rooms, scrubbing toilets until my back screams. Evenings selling handmade crafts online just to pay for groceries and my blood pressure meds. Social Security covers the rent, but barely." He glanced at me, his eyes wide. "That's impossible. I've seen the bank statements. The money goes out every month to an account in your name." We pulled up to my duplex, the porch light flickering weakly. Inside, the living room was dim with faded curtains and a second-hand couch I'd bought 20 years ago. Nicholas sat down heavily, spreading his phone on the coffee table. "Let me show you the transfers." He pulled up his banking app, scrolling through records. There it was, $25,000 wired monthly to an account labeled Eleanor Hayes. But the address listed was wrong, some P.O. box downtown, not my Brooklyn address. "That's not my account, Nicholas. I've never seen these statements." My voice trembled as the truth sank in. Crystal must have set it up, faked everything to divert the funds. Nicholas rubbed his temples, his face ashen. "Crystal said she was protecting you, that at your age managing finances might be tough. She handled the mail, the passwords, all of it." He stood up, pacing the small room. "I trusted her completely, Mom. Thought I was being a good son." The weight of 4 years hit me hard. While I'd skipped meals to afford utilities, Crystal had been living high on money meant for me. But anger mixed with memories, pulling me back to when Nicholas needed me most. I was 30 when Robert died a sudden stroke at 35, leaving me with a 5-year-old and bills piling up. Insurance barely covered the funeral. Nicholas would cry for his dad every night, and I'd hold him tight in our tiny apartment, promising I'd always be there. I worked endlessly to keep us going, cleaned houses before dawn, waited tables during the day, and sewed clothes at night, my fingers raw from the needle. Nicholas never knew the struggles, I made sure. When he wanted soccer gear, I pawned my engagement ring. For school trips, I sold family heirlooms, scraping together the fees. High school brought more demands, advanced classes needing books and computers. I took loans I couldn't afford, wore the same clothes for years so he could fit in. College was the hardest. Nicholas got into a top university on partial scholarship, but I still needed $30,000 a year for the rest. I remortgaged our little house, worked holidays for overtime, aged fast from the stress. But his calls about good grades made it worth it. He graduated top of his class, landed a job as a surgeon, building his wealth. Pride filled me then, but distance grew after he met Crystal. She was polished, beautiful, with that cold edge in her eyes when she looked at me. From the start, she discouraged visits, always some emergency or event pulling him away. Calls dwindled to cards and gifts I couldn't use. I told myself it was normal. Sons build their own lives. But now, sitting in my worn living room, I saw how she'd manipulated it all, keeping us apart while pocketing the cash. Nicholas stopped pacing, his phone buzzing. That's Crystal texting asking if you're okay. He didn't reply, instead dialing his bank for details. I need to investigate this fully, Mom. Tomorrow I'll hire someone, a financial advisor, to dig deep. I agreed, exhaustion settling in. He hugged me before leaving, promising answers soon. 3 days later, Nicholas returned to my duplex, carrying a folder thick with papers. His hair was disheveled, his tie loose like he hadn't slept. Mom, I hired Tiffany Barnes, a forensic financial advisor. She's already found some things. Tiffany followed him in a sharp-suited woman in her 40s with a firm handshake. Mrs. Hayes, let's sit down. This is more complicated than simple mix-ups. We gathered at my kitchen table, mismatched mugs of coffee in hand. Tiffany opened the folder, pointing to bank records. The account Nicholas has been funding is indeed in your name, Eleanor Hayes, but the routing leads to a private box Crystal rents. She's been withdrawing the funds often within days of deposit. Nicholas leaned forward, his jaw tight. What has she spent it on? Tiffany flipped pages, showing credit card statements. Spa days, designer bags, trips to the Hamptons with friends, personal trainers, weekly salon visits. Over 4 years, it's added up to nearly $1,200,000, including the monthly transfers and extra emergencies Crystal claimed you had. I felt a chill run through me. What emergencies? She pulled out emails printed from Nicholas's shared account. Crystal told Nicholas you needed money for things like a car crash that totaled your vehicle, emergency dental work after an accident, home repairs from a flood. None of it true, right? I shook my head, tears stinging. While I'd patched my old car with duct tape, she'd been funding luxury vacations. One email hit hard. Nicholas is so guilty about his mom, I just mention a crisis and he sends more cash. The old lady's fine on her own, tough as nails. Meanwhile, I keep our lifestyle going. Another boasted to her sister. Eleanor's too proud to complain, so Nicholas thinks he's helping. Perfect setup, no needy visits, just the benefits for us. Nicholas's face darkened, fury building. She bragged about it? God, Mom, I'm sorry. I believed every word, thought I was supporting you through tough times. Tiffany continued calmly. There's more. Crystal invented depressions where you didn't want visits, saying you were embarrassed about struggling. It kept Nicholas away while she spent freely. I thought back to lonely holidays, birthdays with no calls. I'd wondered why my son seemed to forget me, but now it made sense. Crystal's web of lies. Nicholas stood, slamming the table lightly. I'll confront her tonight. This ends now. But Tiffany held up a hand. Wait, we're not done. I've traced larger patterns. Crystal has been eyeing something bigger, your late husband's investment portfolio. My stomach twisted. Robert had left a stock fund worth $3 million untouched since his death because I couldn't afford the taxes or management. She couldn't touch that. It's in my name. Tiffany nodded, pulling more documents. She's been paying the maintenance fees quietly, creating a trail as if she's the caretaker. Emails show she's consulting a lawyer, someone named Sean Murphy, to claim adverse possession or transfer rights once the value spikes with market changes. Nicholas froze. Sean Murphy? That's her old friend from college, a lawyer now? She's involving him? Tiffany confirmed. Yes, and from what I see, they're close, very close. Some expenses look like dates disguised as business trips. The room spun as pieces fell into place. Crystal wasn't just diverting money, she was planning to claim my inheritance with help from her lover. Nicholas grabbed his coat, determination etched on his face. Mom, stay here. I'll get the full truth from her. I watched him leave, my heart heavy with betrayal's weight. 4 years of struggle while she lived in ease, all to position herself for more. But underneath the hurt, a resolve grew. I wouldn't let this break me. As days passed, Nicholas updated me via calls. Crystal denied it at first, but when I showed the papers, she broke down. Said it was to protect our marriage, that helping you directly would strain us. His voice bitter, he added, but the emails prove otherwise. She's been seeing Sean using the money for their getaways. I listened, processing the depth of her deception. Nicholas, what now? He sighed. I'm demanding she return every penny, and we're getting counseling. Maybe we can fix this. My breath caught. Fix it? After all she'd done? Tiffany met with me alone, reviewing options. You can pursue legal action for fraud, recover the funds, secure the portfolio. I nodded, but inside, doubt crept in. Nicholas's hesitation worried me, his marriage versus justice. One evening, Nicholas arrived unannounced, his eyes red. Mom Crystal wants to meet, explain everything, says it's a misunderstanding. I shook my head firmly. No, Nicholas, this isn't simple. She's stolen years from us. He sat down, pleading, give her a chance, for me. But I saw the conflict in him, love for his wife clashing with guilt toward me. The drama built as I realized this might tear us apart forever. Tiffany uncovered more text between Crystal and Sean plotting the portfolio transfer. Once the old woman's out of the picture, we claim it all. Out of the picture? The words chilled me, implying they calculated my lifespan. Nicholas confronted them together, catching Crystal at a cafe with Sean. It's not what you think, she cried, but the evidence mounted. He returned to me broken. Mom, it's true, all of it, but leaving her means losing everything we've built. I held him as he cried like the boy he'd been. You have to choose, Nicholas, family or deception. He pulled away, torn. The tension hung heavy as weeks dragged on, his decision looming. My daily routine felt heavier now, knowing the truth. Mornings at the coffee shop passed in a blur, customers chatting about their lives while mine unraveled. Afternoons cleaning rooms, I thought of Crystal's spa days funded by my pain. Evenings online sales brought little joy, just survival. Nicholas called less, caught in his own storm. When he did, his voice was strained. Counseling's helping Mom. Crystal promises change. I felt a rift widening, his loyalty shifting. Tiffany prepared papers to secure the portfolio, filing claims against Crystal for misappropriation. This protects you, Eleanor, but Nicholas must decide his path. One night alone, I reviewed old photos, Robert and young Nicholas smiling. I'd sacrificed everything for that boy. Now betrayal threatened to erase it all. The breaking point came when Nicholas said, Mom, give us time. Don't press charges yet. My heart hardened. Nicholas, if you choose her over truth, we're done. Silence followed. Then his quiet, I can't lose my marriage. Tears fell as I hung up. The family I'd built was gone, replaced by cold reality. But in that pain, strength emerged. I'd reclaim my life without them. Weeks dragged on after Nicholas's confession about counseling with Crystal. I tried to focus on my routine, but the betrayal lingered like a shadow. Mornings at the coffee shop felt endless, with customers ordering drinks while my thoughts wandered to the money she'd diverted. Afternoons cleaning hotel rooms, my arms ached as I imagined her lounging in spas. Evenings online, I sold fewer items, my energy drained by the constant worry. Tiffany called one afternoon, her voice urgent over the phone. Eleanor, I have more findings on the investment portfolio. Can you come to my office downtown? I agreed, taking the subway to her midtown building, the crowds pushing past me in a blur. Her office was neat with stacks of files and a large screen displaying charts. She motioned me to sit, pulling up documents on her computer. Your husband's portfolio, the one Robert left, is worth $3 million now thanks to market growth, but Crystal has been active behind the scenes. I leaned forward, my pulse quickening. Active how? Tiffany clicked through records. She's paid the management fees for 4 years, creating a paper trail as the primary handler. Emails show she's worked with Sean Murphy, her lawyer friend, to build a case for transfer. They claim you've abandoned it so she can argue for control under New York law. Abandoned? The word stung. I'd left it untouched because taxes would cripple me, not from neglect. She showed an email chain between Crystal and Sean. Once we get the old lady's signature or prove disinterest, it's ours. The fund's value spikes next quarter. Perfect timing. Another message read, Nicholas is clueless, thinks the money's helping his mom. Meanwhile, we fund our plans. Plans? Tiffany nodded grimly. Their plans include trips billed as business, but photos from her phone, accessed legally through Nicholas's shared cloud, show them together intimately. Photos flashed on screen, Crystal and Sean at a beach resort laughing with drinks in hand. My stomach turned. She's cheating too? Using my money for that? Tiffany confirmed. Yes, and Sean's drafting documents to shift ownership quietly. Is this continued, she'd claim it after your passing, estimating your life expectancy based on health searches? Health searches? I gripped the chair arms, anger surging. They'd researched my age, my conditions, like I was an obstacle to remove. Tiffany, this is calculated, not just greed, but predation. She agreed, printing the evidence. We can block it now with legal filings, but Nicholas needs to know the full scope. I called him from her office, my voice steady despite the rage. Nicholas, come here. Tiffany has proof you must see. He arrived an hour later, traffic delaying him, his face tense. Mom, what's this about? We sat him down, showing the emails, the photos, the legal drafts. His reaction started with disbelief, then shifted to fury. Crystal with Sean and plotting for Mom's inheritance? He scrolled through the messages, his hands shaking. One says, Eleanor's struggling, won't last long, then the fund's free for us. He looked up, horrified. They were waiting for you to die? Tiffany explained the legal risks. Adverse possession isn't easy, but their trail could complicate things. We file now to secure it in your name, Eleanor. Nicholas nodded, but hesitated. Confront her first? Maybe there's an explanation. Explanation? I felt a cold resolve. Nicholas, she's betrayed us both. Stolen time, money, trust. Now this. He rubbed his face, conflicted. Mom, our marriage counseling's showing promise. She swears it's a mistake. Mistake? The word echoed hollow. I remembered Robert's death, how I'd built everything for Nicholas. But now his loyalty wavered, torn between me and her web. We scheduled a meeting at Tiffany's office 2 days later, neutral ground with lawyers present. Nicholas insisted on it, hoping for resolution. I arrived early, wearing my best outfit, a gray pantsuit from years back, feeling armored. Tiffany's conference room had a long table, papers ready. Nicholas entered with Crystal, her lawyer trailing. Crystal looked worn, her makeup heavy, hiding dark circles, her blonde hair pulled back tight. Sean wasn't there, smart choice. Nicholas sat beside me, Crystal across her eyes, avoiding mine. Tiffany started recording with consent. We're here to discuss the financial discrepancies and portfolio issues. Crystal's lawyer, a slick man in a pinstripe suit, spoke first. My client admits some mishandling, but insists it was to aid family stability. Mishandling? I interrupted calmly. Crystal, you diverted $1,200,000 meant for me, spent it on luxuries while I worked 3 jobs. She shifted, uncomfortable. Eleanor, I was protecting Nicholas from guilt. Your independent didn't want help directly. Nicholas frowned. Protecting? You lied about emergencies, car crashes, floods. And the emails with Sean? Crystal paled, her voice rising. Sean's just a friend helping with advice. Tiffany slid the photos across. Advice on beaches? And drafts to claim the portfolio? Crystal's lawyer placed a hand on her arm, but she pushed it away. It was for our future Nicholas's inheritance eventually. You're getting older, Eleanor. Managing that fund alone is hard. Older? I met her gaze steady. You mean waiting for me to die so you and Sean take it? The room tensed, Nicholas staring at her. Crystal, is that true? She burst into tears, dramatic. Honey, I love you. It got out of hand. Sean's pushy, but we can fix this. Nicholas softened slightly. Mom, maybe therapy helps. She's sorry. Sorry? Fury built, but I stayed composed. Nicholas, choose her lies or our bond. He hesitated, looking between us. I can't throw away our marriage, Mom. Give us time. Time? The word broke something inside. No, Nicholas. If you stay with her after this, we're done. He reached for my hand, but I pulled back. Mom, please. Crystal smirked faintly, thinking she'd won. But Tiffany spoke up. Eleanor, we'll proceed with filings to recover funds and secure the portfolio. I nodded, standing. Do it. Nicholas, you made your choice. I left the room, my steps firm despite the ache. Outside the city buzzed, indifferent to my pain. Nicholas called later, pleading, Mom, reconsider. Crystal promises change. No more Sean. No more lies. But trust was gone. Nicholas, goodbye. I hung up, blocking his number. The rift was complete. No turning back. Days turned to weeks as legal wheels turned. Tiffany updated me regularly. The portfolio's locked in your name. Fraud claims filed, recovery possible through court. I quit my jobs one by one. First the coffee shop, handing in my apron with relief. Then the hotel cleaning, waving goodbye to coworkers. Online sales I kept for fun, not need. Selling the portfolio took months, but netted $2,800,000 after fees. I bought a condo in Miami, ocean views, a small porch for morning coffee. The move was quick, packing my duplex, leaving Brooklyn behind. Nicholas tried reaching out through emails I deleted unread. Crystal's social circle whispered friends learned the truth through quiet shares. She lost her polish, now working a desk job, her luxury faded. But I didn't gloat. In Miami, I walked beaches, painted abstracts, joined a book club. Friends emerged, real ones, not tied to family drama. Loneliness hit sometimes, but freedom outweighed it. One evening on my porch, watching sunset, I reflected. The betrayal had cost me my son, but taught self-worth. No more sacrifices for those who don't value them. Tiffany's final call confirmed recovery. Half the diverted funds returned through settlement. Eleanor, you're set. I thanked her, hanging up at peace. Nicholas's last attempt, a letter forwarded. Mom, I miss you. Crystal and I are separating. Too much damage. But it was too late. I burned it, choosing solitude over forced reconciliation. The end came quietly. No dramatic reunion, just me living on my terms. Betrayal's scar remained, but so did my strength. Months blended into a quiet rhythm in Miami, the ocean waves a constant backdrop to my new life. The condo overlooked the beach with floor-to-ceiling windows, letting in warm light each morning. I sipped coffee on the porch, watching joggers and families pass by, feeling a peace I'd never known. No more rushing to 3 jobs, no more scraping for bills. The settlement from Tiffany brought back $600,000, enough to cushion my days alongside the portfolio sale. I explored the city, slowly joining a local art class where I painted seascapes, my brushstrokes hesitant at first but growing bolder. The instructor, a kind woman named Maria, encouraged me. Eleanor, you've got talent hidden away. Classes led to coffee meetups with classmates, sharing stories of their own losses and triumphs. For the first time, friends formed naturally without ties to family obligations. Walks along the shore became routine, the sand soft under my feet as I thought about the path that brought me here. Robert would have loved this place. He always dreamed of retiring by the sea. His death had forced me into survival mode, raising Nicholas alone through endless sacrifices. Selling jewelry for his school needs, working doubles to fund his dreams. Those memories, bittersweet, now tainted by how he'd chosen Crystal over truth. News trickled in through mutual acquaintances, Crystal's world crumbling. Her desk job at a call center paid little. Her designer clothes sold online for pennies. Sean Murphy distanced himself, facing his own legal scrutiny from Tiffany's filings. Nicholas's practice suffered too, patients whispering about the scandal. But I kept distance, deleting voicemails without listening. One afternoon, Maria invited me to a charity event for elderly support, fitting given my past struggles. We volunteered packing food boxes, chatting with recipients who reminded me of my old self. "Eleanor, your story inspires," Maria said after I shared bits of my journey. Helping others filled a void, turning pain into purpose. I donated part of the recovered funds, starting a small fund for single mothers, echoing my own battles. Loneliness crept in during quiet evenings, the condo echoing with absence. I'd scroll old photos of Nicholas as a boy, his smile bright before life complicated things. But regret faded, replaced by acceptance. Cutting ties hurt, but freed me from endless giving without return. Tiffany emailed updates, the case closing with full recovery. Crystal settled to avoid court, you're whole financially. I replied, grateful, closing that chapter. No gloating, just closure. Nicholas's attempts intensified. A package arrived with childhood mementos and a note. "Mom, please talk." Crystal and I separated months ago. The lies destroyed us. Separated? Too late. I returned it unopened, the address label my final boundary. Miami's vibrant scene drew me out. Festivals, markets, new hobbies like yoga on the beach. A neighbor, Tom, an older widower, joined my walks, sharing laughs over shared experiences. No romance, just companionship, easing the isolation. Reflecting one sunset, I realized the betrayal's gift, independence. No more relying on family that failed me. Strength came from within, forged through years of unseen labor. As time passed, Nicholas stopped reaching out, perhaps accepting my silence. Crystal faded into rumors, her life ordinary now, stripped of stolen luxury. I thrived, volunteering more, exploring Florida drives, painting pieces I sold at local fairs. Friends multiplied, book clubs turning into dinners filled with stories and support. 1 year mark arrived quietly. I celebrated with a solo dinner, toasting to survival. The scar of loss remained, but so did pride in reclaiming my life. From this betrayal, I learned family bonds break without trust. Protect yourself first, even from those closest. It showed me self-respect outweighs forced ties, teaching that manipulation hides in generosity's shadow. This warns everyone. Spot the signs early in relationships. Question sudden distances, invented crises, hidden finances. Save yourself the heartache by valuing your worth above all. Thank you for listening to my story. Subscribe for more real tales of resilience and comment what you'd do in my place.